Hello, and welcome. Welcome to the PhD podcast, post Hump Day podcast. My name is Kellen King.
I'm Tommy DeSalt. We're glad you're here.
Yeah, as always, thank you for coming. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here on time.
Yeah, nobody was tardy today.
Yeah.
Another week back. Man, it's really, really rolling. I just want to say thank you to everybody that is tuning in.
Yeah.
Be sure and check us out. We got a YouTube channel, so if you like what you're hearing, go subscribe. You can find us at Post Hump Day everywhere. Kellen, what's going on in your world?
Nothing much, honestly. 4th of July just came and went. We're kind of getting to the end of. Would you say it's the end of summer?
No.
Okay.
No.
It's just like that Sunday Scaries feel where it's like
you feel it creeping.
it's creeping, and the kids are going to be going back to school pretty soon. Alex is probably going to have to go to a new elementary school, but he's okay with it. Like, we kind of drove by and we're like, "Hey, I think you're going to actually have to go to school here," and he's like, "Okay." So, I mean, that's kind of really what's all been going on. Work's been going good, all that. So,
Oh, I like your hat.
thanks, dude. Yeah, I got it. Got flown all the way in from Alaska.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, and I like your shirt.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, we're repping. B brought back some Alaska merch for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah,
So big shout out, B. Thank you for
for
thank you for the merch.
For the merch, man. We got like 20% off. We got the promo code and all that.
Yeah, you had a good time. You had a good
Yeah, it
time.
was fun. It was really cold.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, it's freezing.
No, I would never would have guessed.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it gets warm up there too.
Yeah, last year there was a drought when we were up there and it was like 80 degrees, and this
See?
year it was like
Yeah.
rainy and like 50s.
Oh
Damn.
man, so cold.
It was. It was
Yeah,
like
that-
100 when I left here.
Yeah, I mean, it's been
Oh,
rough.
and when she got back, it was even hotter.
Dude, it's been rough.
It really has been. I tell you what, I just saw an article. I mean, they got peach farms that are not making it. I mean, can you imagine a world without peaches in the summertime?
Mm-mm.
I can't.
I got my peaches out in Georgia.
I had one this morning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We've been
I took a little bite, just put a little sugar on that. Baby.
Yeah.
Mm.
and also, you know what? Birds are dying. There's not as many birds, and this is something. I mean, obviously, we all know birds aren't real. They're government spies. They're actually all robots. They're drones that fly around and spy on the civilization of the United States of America. We all know that,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so but
Same page.
but
yeah.
no, but for real, bugs and birds, they are like way down on their population right
Tell
now.
me, what world are you living in?
I mean,
There's
I see-
so many bugs
Dude,
this
okay,
year.
just that's called anecdotal evidence. You know what that means? It means just because you see it doesn't mean it's actually true.
Okay.
Period.
Yeah.
Period. And so what I want to say is,
I'm not a scientist.
yeah, neither am I. We don't have our PhD, but we
Just in life.
just in life, but no, they're down. Like, first of all, we all know the bees. We all know bees are out
The
there.
birds
like,
and the bees.
they're
yeah.
not thriving.
They're in their flop era.
Yeah, they are. They are. But and it's because of like some of the stuff we put in the ground, and a lot of different lawns and shit like that. But the reason, because birds are dying, or because they don't have bugs to eat, right? But I want you to just imagine, just go back to your childhood, okay, and think about all the birds you used to see in the sky. Think about, like, there used to be, you'd go to even like the Walmart or whatever, and all on the telephone poles you'd see 50,000 like crows just sitting up there,
Those
and
blackbirds, dude.
those
And
blackbirds,
they'd like fly up and the
Yeah.
sky would get dark.
they'd be all over the place. Now I'm like, if I see like 10 birds a day, it's just like,
It's a good day.
yeah, you don't see that many birds anymore. And I don't think,
Dude,
It's
there's a Walmart about 8 minutes from here that I'll take you to after. And
okay,
there's still some populations.
I agree with you
yeah.
that there are still birds there.
Yeah, no, man, that's wild you mentioned that.
Well, can I give you another?
You got another fun fact?
Yeah, well, not a fun fact, but just imagine this.
Anecdotal evidence.
And no, this is more of like a generational evidence thing.
Okay.
You and I, like, we saw birds, all right? We saw them at a certain population, okay? Then the generation that came after us saw them at a different population. Or at least they...
Oh, shit.
So, like, what they think is as many birds as there should be,
Not even close.
there's not any close. So, like, in our parents,
What a shame.
they probably saw way more. But to us, it's the normal amount of bird population.
Damn.
Does that make sense?
Damn. Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Wow, blowing my mind.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy to think about. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, man, imagine a little kid going dove hunting these days.
Yeah.
He's like, Dad, we got 4 of them.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, son, we used to limit in 30 minutes out here.
Yep. So that's just what I wanted to get, and that was just my soapbox
Wow.
for today.
Yeah, no, appreciate you sharing that, man. It's all perspective.
Yeah.
And I guess there's less satellites or
Yeah, because they're just all like, I look out this
simulation,
window over
yeah.
here, and there's probably a bird just peering in. Just probably got its like 4K lens on my on what we're doing in here.
Yeah, it's probably more airplanes, more solar, more replacement windows. I mean, there's a lot more objects for birds to land that they maybe should.
I was talking to Lulu about that the other day. She was like, "Why do I can't remember how it came up?" She was like, "Why do birds not like windows?" And I was like, "Cause they run into them all the time." She's like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, Do you not remember the commercials where like the Windex commercials where
Yeah.
like the birds would just fly into windows?"
It was a good
She's like,
thing.
"Oh,
It meant your
yeah."
windows were real clean.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, now PETA's like, dirty up them windows.
Yeah. For real." Did they
All
ever get in
right.
trouble for those commercials?
Dude,
Sorry, I keep
they
going in on
used to
birds.
show up to some rodeos that I rode in.
Oh yeah. Well, dude, I
And they'd
won't
be yelling at us, holding posters as we were walking in, like
yeah.
to go behind the chutes. And they would just be telling us we were animal abusers. And
Well,
dude, despite your, whatever, it's just like they're a very outspoken group of individuals.
yeah. But I did the running the bulls. And maybe we
I
can.
love that picture.
Yeah, it's a great picture, and it was in the newspaper. Can I just tell that story?
Yeah.
We got time. All right. So when I was like about 17 years old, this was before I was still in high school. My brother and his best friend and I all went on a backpacking trip through Europe, and we stopped at a little town called Pamplona, Spain. And we didn't tell my parents, like we didn't tell my mom or my dad that we were going to go do this. We just told them, hey, we're going to be in this city around this time. We're going to be in Spain. We're going to be, we're taking a whatever. We kind of let them know, but they connected the dots a little bit too late. We were already there, right? And there's 2 parts to this story. So the first part is we're getting ready to go. I've got like the white shirt, the red the bandanas on, the belt.
Geared up.
Yeah, I was geared up. Like, everybody was like that, except for there's professional running of the bull people. They have like jerseys and shit, and they're like at the front of the line, or maybe it's the back, whichever one's the hardest. I think they're in the back. But
yeah, that would be closer to the bull.
that'd be closer to the bull. And then there was like there's like this corner. And bulls aren't very good at turning corners.
They're not.
They're very straightforward thinking animals. They can't turn.
Real quick, I just want to add, like bullfighters, when
Yeah.
they're training, they use a wheelbarrow because that's how a bull turns, because it can't take
Can't take that 45.
Yeah.
Yeah. They wouldn't be very good running backs. But so there's this corner called Dead Man's Corner, and we started probably about 200 yards before that. And what happens is when you run into that corner, they'll just barrel straight into it because they can't turn. So they're just crushing people up against this wall.
Damn.
Okay, so we started probably, like I said, 100, 200 yards prior to that corner. Got into the arena. That's where everybody funnels into.
Yeah.
And the first day, like people are falling all over the place. And the rule is that you're supposed to just push them down. Like you don't try to help them up, because what happens is that they'll be eye level with the bull trying to get up, and they just get smashed.
Yeah.
So you want to just kind of, like, if you get stepped on by a bull, yeah, it hurts, but like at least you're still alive to tell a story. So we're running in, and this guy is like in front of me, and I'm trying to like kind of push him down, or like try to get over him because he's like right in my way, and he's like grabbing onto my foot, and he's like trying to like help get himself up, and he's like taking my van off. So like the last 100 meters, or 100 yards, sorry. I know we're over in Europe, but sorry, yards for all you Americans out there. I'm like kind of like limping because I'm trying to keep my shoe on, and these bulls are like right behind me. It made me feel like that scene in Air Force One where they get that.
They were closing the gap on him.
And they were all getting shot at. Okay.
Oh, boy.
So getting right in, and my brother has already made it in, and he's like, come on. And I'm like limping, and he grabs me like from the side of the gate and pulls me through, and these bulls just rush in. So now we are in the arena. We don't know what to do, right? Because it's just like we're kind of in this big bullfighting arena, and there's like fans all over the place, and they're like applauding, and we don't know what the next step is.
Did it feel like Gladiator a little
Dude,
bit?
it did.
Hell
It
yeah.
really did.
Yeah.
And
Are you not entertained?
yeah. We got an impersonation segment coming up later.
Yeah.
We'll get more into that, but me and Tommy are not very good at impersonations. If you didn't know, that was Russell Crowe.
I thought
Oh,
that
that
was
was-
pretty decent for Tommy.
That was horrid.
For Tommy, it was pretty good.
Okay, yeah.
We'll get into that later. So we get into the arena.
I'm excited. Sorry. Go ahead.
And everybody's like kind of like cheering and applauding, and then I see a group of like Spaniards like grouped up, and it looks like they're taking a picture, and there's a guy in the stands in the arena taking a picture of these people. So me and my brother and his friend were like, hey, let's get in the picture. So we like kind of push our way to the front a little bit, and we're like smiling for this picture, and all of a sudden we realize that where we're standing there's a gate right in front of us. And yeah, he's taking a picture, but really what's happening, he's taking a picture of what's about to happen. All these people are like holding onto each other, and they open the gate and they let in one bull at a time. So there's a bull just like looking right at us and runs straight at us
Yeah.
and tries to jump over us. And that's what the picture
That's
is.
the picture,
The
yeah.
picture is of us like,
Yeah.
and
It's a great picture.
so anyway, flash forward, my mom found that picture. That's how we have it. She was like, being a mom, and she was like scared that she was going to find out like,
my
oh,
God.
two,
Dude, I
three
never-
three Americans died at, whatever. So she was like looking at news articles, and she saw my face,
Oh,
and she recognized me, and she saw like my brother or whatever. And so that's how we have that picture. It was in the news.
That's wild. I never knew that part of the story.
Yeah. So she sent it to us, but it's pretty fun.
She had to be proud.
I think it's up in our house now, but yeah. So that was. I just wanted to get into that, but all that to be said, like they have that same like it's PETA, but it's also like it's a tradition for them to run down but it's still like a very brutal.
Yeah.
They kill the bulls afterwards. They like there's a whole thing about it, and I have a different feeling about the race now than I did when I did it. But that doesn't mean that I didn't. I would probably still do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe 2030 we make a trip.
Right. That would be. Well, I don't know if our legs would. We got to do it sooner than that. Yeah. But it's like going to the zoo, if that makes sense. Like when you go to the zoo when you're a kid, it's all magical, it's all fun, and you're like.
Well, yeah.
But when you're older, it's still like cool to see the animals, but you're like, damn, like they're in a cage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get you. And just
So it's that gray area where I'm at with the running the bulls.
sidebar back to I was thinking 2030, so we'd give ourselves some time to
prep,
get
in shape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our legs won't.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Things change, perspective. You get a little older and look at situations a little differently. But dude, I mean, that's an experience of a lifetime.
Yeah.
100%.
Speaking of perspective, you and I, we've been poor men before.
Yeah.
There was a question that you had,
Yeah.
and it said something to the lines of,
Yeah, so I saw this online, but I thought it would be fun for us.
Sure.
It's things that broke people always have money for.
yeah, things broke people have money for.
Yeah.
Always.
Always.
Thinking about being in college, being, out of college, even before college, all that stuff, the money that I had, the time that I had for money.
Right.
What I wanted to spend my money on. Like it was kind of all based around certain things. And one of them is going out and drinking.
Yeah, no, definitely going out. They say money doesn't grow on trees, but it's, whether you have a little or a lot, I feel like it's allocated in certain directions no matter what.
Absolutely.
And going out was something you did not want to miss out on.
FOMO. Right.
So, yeah, I mean, you don't want to miss out on going out because you're going to hear the stories after.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could be your night. Something real special is going to happen.
Yeah.
Dude, there's that kind of, is mystique the right word? There's that certain, like, magical thing that you think's going to happen, like that pre-going out feeling.
Yeah. The jitters.
It's like you don't want to miss that. And if you know you're not going out and other people are going out, you're just kind of crushed inside.
Right. And
So-
even if you like, for example, you do go out, like let's say, oh man, I don't have enough money. Like I don't, and for us, like we went, Stillwater, right? It was like $20 and that was it. You could, that was it for the night. Do you remember those nights?
Oh,
Like,
dude, there was nights I didn't even have that.
Yeah.
And I was still going out. And it kind of leads me to the next thing
Yeah.
about that is just alcohol in general.
yeah.
There was a time where, if I could round up, literally like $12,
Yeah.
I could get a $7.50,
Yeah.
like Kentucky Deluxe,
Oh, God.
or
Just hearing that brand makes me want to throw up.
Jim Beam Kentucky Deluxe.
Because I
all
was right
those.
on KD. That's what we, Kentucky
KD
Deluxe.
was an essential.
It was the worst of the worst whiskey there is.
I drank it every day.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I wasn't that, but
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. But I tell you what, it's not hard to drink. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it really goes down pretty good. Now, any connoisseur would disagree. I
Sure.
mean, it is trash.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to just hit an objective,
Yeah.
it works pretty fine.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, to your point, you're absolutely right. Whether we had a little or a lot, we were going out, and especially, the best thing was this. No matter how much money you took out, at least for me, out of thin air, I always had enough for
Absolutely.
a Big Mac or something after.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
but like to go out, and then it was like, I'd round up damn change out of my pocket and McDonald's and fast food after.
And it was right there.
Somehow, I don't know how, because I spent a lot of money at the bar, but I'd always have just enough for
Too. Yeah.
a couple burgers or something.
I remember I would get an allowance in college, like because I didn't have a job.
Yeah.
I ended up having a job later on in college, but
Right.
I didn't have a job. Like I'm going to school full time. Yes, I have like at the fraternity you could go and eat lunches and stuff like that and all that. But after all that, you don't have any money. So like
At all.
I got I had a certain amount, but it was like enough to like not do much, right? So
Yeah, no, I feel you. Yeah, I got help in college with having enough money to get by. and,
absolutely,
I mean, yeah, there was
dude.
dude, you learn how to live with very little.
Absolutely.
And kind of rally around your friends and kind of throw in on stuff, and so that was fun. I tell you though, the next to that was nicotine. Seems like even the brokest of broke always have enough for a pack of cigarettes,
absolutely.
or a can of snuff.
Because
Um,
just coming from you and I, like we got nicotine addictions.
yeah,
The thing is it's hard to function without it.
yeah. I mean, it really is, and especially if you've been doing it for quite some time.
Yeah,
Um,
decades, and it's a terrible habit. This is probably should be like a PSA. Like, hey, if you're in college and you're trying to figure out a way to study for a test and you think nicotine's gonna help you focus a little bit more, just go to the doctor and try to get some Adderall. No, probably not.
Yeah, that's a slippery slope.
That's
too.
a slippery slope.
I
But
feel
we'll,
like,
we'll get. But I'm just saying, stay away from nicotine. Like I wish.
Yes, yeah, I would stay away from Adderall first, but
Yeah.
but there's nothing like nicotine on Adderall.
Oh, dude, you could write like.
I
Yeah,
mean-
you're coming up with conspiracy theories. You got. But would you do this when you would study? I would do everything in my power to not study it almost. Like, but when I would focus in, boom, I'd get it knocked out. But I feel like
Yeah.
I was such a good like procrastinator.
Dude, I would go down to the chambers down in the basement of the
Yeah.
house, and the boys would all be studying for the history final.
Yeah.
And dude, I'd be fucking off outside. I'd pop in every 5-10 minutes. But when I was in there for those, dude,
Those key
I was
hours.
like, you ever seen the show Suits?
Yeah. I mean, I know about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like that guy. I could remember so much more. And I ended up getting the highest grade on the test.
See, that's what I'm saying.
And they stayed up for 2 nights straight. And I was like in increments of,
Yeah.
15, 20 minutes. But the level of focus was unmatched. Now, with nicotine, I'll tell you what is like, yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. But dude, I stayed up. Like I'd smoke a whole pack of cigarettes in one night just
Then you got to get another $5 to
Yeah.
the next day. It's like and then you're going to the gas station, and then you're going,
and you might have you might have a couple weeks where you're not getting your Camel Crushes,
never for me.
You're getting your or your Marlboro Reds or whatever. You might hit a couple weeks where things are extra tight and you're getting some real off-brand shit.
Yeah, some Grizzlies.
I mean, some underneath Pall Mall level.
Yeah. Some red. It was like Red Wolf. Do you remember?
Oh yeah, dude.
It's
When
like sands in it. and
when
stuff
I was
like
in high school, this guy was sponsored, and then I kind of piggybacked on him. But so we would get rolls, just logs.
that. Yeah,
Can you guess what type it was?
I would say Red Wolf.
Longhorn.
Oh yeah, that's
It
even worse
was
than
the
Red Wolf.
worst, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, it tasted like the dirt from
it's
the
granite.
arena,
It's
and
yeah.
it would cut you up. Yeah, it has got a very distinct texture.
Well, because we're talking about chewing tobacco.
Dip, yeah.
And when you'd put it in, there would be like it tasted like when you get sand in your mouth,
Yeah,
That's what I always
Some of
felt
it
like.
really did. Yeah,
and it just is not fine. Like and it's making me the Copenhagen and all that. Like that's just
see, I hit my stride through high school and college really heavy with it. And
now we don't do it anymore. I mean
I use
we
the pouch,
yeah.
nicotine pouches,
Yeah.
but I don't dip anymore. I actually had to have surgery because of it.
really
Yeah, man, it was a terrible deal. Yeah, you get the gum recession, and you
Yeah.
get some real bad issues there. So, if you're not already hooked on it,
just stay away.
yeah. Now, the other thing that broke people always have money for outside of nicotine, I feel like, it's another thing you smoke,
Vape.
vape. And
Oh, weed.
Yeah,
Duh,
I thought
yeah.
you were gonna get it.
I should have.
Yeah, I feel like, dude, the guy in your neighborhood, or dude, we got them damn cicadas out there just going to town. Sorry.
I love that word, by the way.
Yeah,
Cicadas.
that's a great word. They're annoying as hell, but
Mhm.
yeah, whoever it is on your block or wherever you're at, like they're just roughing it, but they always got a sack on them.
Yeah, it's true. Like yeah. I mean, there's some roommates that I had and stuff like that. Like, I remember, yeah, that would be like the first thing they would spend money on. Like, you just like, all right, you
I
some leftover.
Yeah.
I have some leftovers, or whatever. But at least I got like a new, like whatever.
I'm
Yeah,
not, I'm not gonna eat well this week, but I'm gonna be high,
Yeah,
which is ironic because you want.
gotta get.
I
the
think that's why
munchies.
you get the candy and stuff. You kind of stock up. You gotta prepare it. And
Yeah.
there's an order of
But they
operations.
always, yeah, you're right. There's always money in
Dude.
the dime bag.
Yeah, and then the other thing is just like I feel like some people that I see, and I know it ain't much, but they always have money for Black and Milds and Swisher Sweets and
Yeah,
blunts.
the
Like,
single. Well, those go hand in
you can
hand.
get the singles, so it's like you're talking cents. But
Yeah,
even the guy on the corner that doesn't have a house is he's still hustling for change and
Yeah.
finding a way to always have enough money for that even.
dude, I remember. Okay, so when we used to play in a band together, the place that we used to like go to for our studio wasn't in the nicest neighborhood.
Are you gonna mention that gas station?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There one time when I went in there before you were there, like I went to go grab a drink and like grab some stuff. This one guy went in there and was like trying to return a pack of cigarettes. Like he was trying to get his money back. And the cashier was like, dude, these aren't even the same. These are like, what did you roll? These are pre-roll. Like, what is this? This guy was out of his mind. Like,
Yeah.
but he was like trying to get money back from like a half thing of cigarettes. And I was like, damn, like
Desperate times. my
desperate
friend.
times call for desperate measures. But I have been there,
Yeah.
not with that, not with cigarettes, but like
They were probably stolen anyways.
I remember going through trash cans. This is so like of my own trash cans,
Okay.
like of old like tobacco cans,
Oh,
and they're trying to find, when
dried up extra.
yeah, like there's like a little pinch here, a little pinch there, a little pinch over here, and
Yeah.
you got to throw one in. Like
Yeah.
that's when you know you got a problem.
When you're stumbling through your garage trying to find those cigarette butts that there might be a couple sparks left to you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's rough, man. It is. I tell you what. Yeah, some of those gas stations, they'll get you. There's some antics always going
Yeah.
on. I think we got most of that covered. There's a couple things I want to touch on. I feel like tattoos is another.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a tattoo, but I know what
I
you're
don't
getting
either,
at.
but I feel like somehow people always,
They're like, oh, I just got it colored, or I got
like
it
you see
this.
them on Facebook one
Yeah.
week, and they're like, I had a tragedy, set up a GoFundMe,
Yeah,
and then 2 weeks later they got a damn tattoo.
that's how they afford it.
That's it.
We
They're
just found
hustling.
we figured it out on that. That's how you do it.
Yeah, tattoos.
Little Jamie's not doing too well. I need boom. Also, here's a colored tattoo of me and whatever. Me and my grandpa.
Yeah, I had two more that I kind of had just jotted down. Another one is a gas station item. Funny how a lot of these are gas station items. Scratch offs.
Oh yeah, dude, I never got into the scratch offs.
Oh,
Lulu
dude.
loves them, but she hasn't done them in a while. but like we talk about them, and like we need. I don't know.
I had a bit of an addiction with it years ago.
Yeah,
and I would allocate money that I didn't have on scratch offs. So I'm guilty of that. But I was also in rehab and going through some whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'll be at the local gas station corner store, and there's people that haven't showered in 3 days that are buying scratch offs, and
yeah.
I mean, God bless them. But
I'll
I'm
tell
like, is
you-
that really? You think that's really the best idea?
I'll tell you what I get annoyed about is like remember last episode we were talking about like at the drive through having to be behind somebody that's like taking their sweet ass time.
Oh, God.
When I'm at the gas station, especially when I was in my nicotine like bag trying to get a can of Copenhagen, and someone's ordering like 15 scratch offs in front of me, and they're like, "No, I want the Lucky Sevens. No, I want number 13 up here."
Y'all are out of $10,
Dude.
Yeah,
That is when I used to get so angry.
dude, the worst is when they start fucking scratching it off in front of you. They win, and they want to
They
re
go right
up.
back in.
They want to re up while they're there on the more.
Just
I'm like,
God, just let me get my shit and get out of here.
Yeah.
Let's take a break. I'm excited for this next segment coming up. I want to talk about a little bit more broke stuff because we've all been there.
yeah.
But let's take a break. When
Let's
we come
do it.
back, we got a new segment we want to tease, and we will be right back.
Sounds good. Hey, friends.
Hello, scholars. All right, we got a new segment that we're working on, and actually, shout out to Lulu. We were watching something, and we're watching something together, and I'm trying to do an impersonation of the character, and she's like, "You're so bad at that," and I've always been bad at
You get that too,
impressions.
huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're really bad at impressions. And so she was like, "Hey, you should. Is Tommy bad?" And I was like, If I know anything about Tommy, he's bad at this." And comes to find out, I'm right. So
Yeah, you weren't wrong.
So what we did is we had B give us a list of some celebrities, and Tommy and I are going to go toe to toe and try to do the impersonations and see if the other one can guess who they are.
Right.
And like I said, we're not good at this.
So this was a randomized list that we
Yeah.
were each sent. We don't know.
We don't know who they are.
Who
I mean,
they
I
are.
know who mine are because I just received the list. Tommy knows who his are. And do you want me to go first, or let's play a little rock paper scissors to see who has to go
Yeah.
first?
Let's do rock,
fun.
paper, scissors.
I go on shoot, and I'm sure you do too.
All right.
Rock paper scissors shoot. Rock paper scissors shoot. Hell yeah.
Sorry, babe.
You know what? I'll go first.
No, dude. I'll go.
All
I
right.
lost fair and square.
Okay.
I lost the rock, paper, scissors. What are we going to call this segment?
We'll think of a name.
Impressions, imitations.
Yeah.
Talent show.
Talent
show. God.
There it is, B.
The ladies.
Lulu and
Lulu
B.
came up with it. B came up with the title.
What would y'all do without us?
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
No.
Sorry, I didn't mean to-
Not all treasure is silver and gold.
Orlando Bloom.
Today is the day. You'll always remember.
Oh,
You can't
Mel
say-
Gibson.
Say his name.
Patriot.
Today is the day you'll always remember as the day you almost caught.
Oh, Jack Sparrow. Yes. Johnny Depp. That was my first. When I said Orlando Bloom.
Yeah. Is that
Johnny
what you
Depp.
meant?
That was pretty good.
Not bad.
That was pretty
That
good.
was good guessing, Kellen.
Yeah. All right. We got there. All right. All right. Here's one. I'm just gonna go for the first one.
Okay, that's what I did too.
Yeah. All right. Let me get the character. This is so bad. All right. Oh. Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking. Mr. Senator, do not come. Do not come. We did it, Joe. We did it.
Kamala.
Yeah, Kamala.
Okay,
Harris.
I thought it was. Yeah.
That was pretty
You were
good.
doing the lip thing too. That was interesting. Yeah.
I have to get it. I have to get into character. So far we're
That was,
1-1.
yeah.
And you know what? I should have guessed Johnny Depp first, but when I heard it, it had a little bit more Orlando Bloom to
Yeah,
it.
you did sound
So-
like Orlando Bloom.
So I
Oh,
heard the
damn,
silver
I
and
did
gold.
something?
I
Okay.
heard the pirate. I was like, okay, it's got to be that
Yeah.
Legolas.
I had to go for the low hanging fruit, the infamous
But then when you
line.
said, when you got that, I had it.
I didn't know what else would help.
Orlando Bloom sounds like he's in pain when he's talking all the
Yeah.
time, and you had that.
You did, but I think it was because he was.
I'm
in
probably
pain
in
for having
pain.
to do it.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm in pain.
your turn, homeboy.
Oh yeah. Dude, I have the worst memory. I gotta look at the list. Let's see. Okay.
He got into character.
I just think that music is magical, and everybody should experience a little bit of magic, and everybody should experience love, and I just think that you should always chase your dreams.
Michael Jackson.
That
Yeah.
was so good, Tommy. Oh my god.
That was good. God dang, dude. That was good.
Dude, you got it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Thank
Wow.
you for getting
Yeah.
that, because I was really going out on a limb.
Yeah. All right, here we go. That was really good. Let me get into character real quick. It's down here. Okay. Hello, Potter. No, that was bad. Hold on. Mr. Potter. 5 points from Gryffindor because Harry Potter cannot get his shit together.
Are you Snake?
Yeah, I'm so bad. That was so bad. I thought that was good. That one was going to be the easiest one. That was the hardest one for me.
Dude, okay. Well, hey, we got it.
Yeah,
You
you
gave
got
me
it.
enough to work with there.
Hello, Potter. Yeah, I can't get it. I still can't.
Yeah, he's got that low, deep.
He does. It's like,
He's
yeah.
really nasally too.
oh, I was about to do this, but I already have a nasally voice, so hello, Potter. Hello. It's more like that. Hello, Mr. Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Harry.
Done it.
There it is.
Hello, Harry.
All right, you got
Yeah,
yours.
I can't.
But
do that.
thank you for helping me out with that one because
Yeah.
I could hear
Of
it through the cans, and I'm like, that's not Alan Rickman.
Yeah, I think we should just do the whole list, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah, they're quick.
I don't even know where to start. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna do the one I didn't want to do now, and then do the next
Yeah.
one last.
Eat the biggest frogs first,
Yeah. How do you eat an elephant?
one bite at a time.
There you go. I'm trying to think how to not give this away right away.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Dude, just watching him get into character is
Dude.
so fulfilling to me.
I just think that. No, that wasn't it. Hold on.
If you're not watching this on YouTube, you're missing out.
I just think that like my I can't do it. Let's see. My sisters are,
Yeah.
are my sister.
You're
my
doing
sisters are.
it. Is it Kourtney Kardashian?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude,
How did you know that?
I got you. She's not gonna say anything but about her sister. I got it, dude.
Dude,
I got it.
that was so good for how bad that was.
That's bad.
I
can't
had it before
believe-
you even said sisters. Actually, and when you said I could tell you were getting
Dude,
into character.
that blew my mind. You
All right, well, you got to help me out with this one.
there
'cause
you go.
This one I think Tommy could do.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think he would be good at this one. Okay. Hubba 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 blue.
Elvis.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
All you got to do is a couple hubba hubbas.
Yeah, and I knew you
everybody
did it.
didn't know Elvis. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Back to it. I think you could. Okay, I'm gonna
I
try to
don't
go
know.
5
I've
for
tried
5
to
here.
do Elvis. I don't do a very good Elvis.
I do a great Elvis.
We can already hear it. She wasn't even trying, I don't think. And
I'm
she
just
started.
kidding.
Yeah. No. She. Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah. Our enemies are innovative and resourceful,
George Bush.
and so are we.
George W. Bush. Yeah. Lil W, for sure. God dang, dude. That was good. Tommy's better than I thought.
I hope the listeners that are listening to this on like Spotify go and watch his eyes while he was
He
talking.
gets into character.
Dude,
like
I don't know if that was
violent.
a good. That wasn't a very good.
He was looking straight into Al Qaeda's eyes.
Yeah,
when
he was.
said that.
Well, that's. I mean, did you see the? I mean,
Now watch this backswing.
there's a saying in Texas.
I know he's having it in
probably
Tennessee,
in
too.
Tennessee too. Yeah.
I thought you were.
Fool me once.
All right, this is my last one, and then I've got I'll just try to do one after this one.
Fool me twice.
You ain't gonna fool me again. All right, here we go. My fellow Americans.
Barack.
Yeah.
That was really
Dude,
good.
you
Kellen.
nailed that.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, the had me
Yeah.
right away. I was like,
Yeah,
there's only one.
I know. I was trying to think. I had to get into my
Dude, that's
Peele
funny
back.
because if I was gonna give you one, that's who I would have gave you.
Really?
Because I was like, I figured you could probably do that one decent.
Okay. Well, and it's hard too. I will say, like doing impersonations, you don't want to give away, but what you say, right? You want
Yeah.
them to like just be able to. And so when with the Mr. Potter and the fellow Americans, like
I think I floated and tried to
yeah, you
lay
did.
some Easter eggs because I couldn't do the voices all the way.
And I've only heard Kamala like say a couple things, you know. So like
We did it, Joe.
yeah, we did it,
We
Joe.
did it, Joe. We did it.
That
Yeah.
video is so bad.
All right, I got one more that I want to just try out.
Okay.
You know, I'm
Dude, I
feeling
love
froggy.
it. I love it.
I'm feeling froggy. Hold on, let me get into character here. This one's tough. This person has won an Academy Award, so
Oh, yeah, the stakes are high here.
yeah. Hold on. What am I gonna say? I gotta think about what to say. I gotta get in character, and I gotta think of something to say. So
You got this. We believe.
I'm just hearing the. Okay, hold on.
We're not here.
Yeah, we're not there. I'm just getting my eyes closed. Okay, give me a second. We're back at an ASMR podcast. All right. Do you want to know how I got these scars?
Oh my gosh.
Am I licking my lips?
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Mr.
I never know when if I caught a car, I would just. Oh wait, what does he say?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
Joker. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Dude.
Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah. No, that was I right away.
Yeah, it's therapeutic doing voices when you're not good at them. You know, you just put your. Do you got any other ones that you want to just try out? We're gonna make this a new segment too because I like getting put on the spot.
The
But
talent show.
the talent show, and maybe we
Yeah,
maybe
no,
it like rotate.
this is a
talents.
regular segment now.
Maybe we do the spelling bee too. I'm just kidding.
We could do.
Dude, yeah, that'd be wild.
I've been. There's a word of the day that I've been getting every day. I don't even know. I don't even subscribe to this or anything. It just came through my emails.
Trying to think if there's
While you're doing that, I'll just tell you what the word of the
anybody
day
that
is.
I would even want to take a stab at.
I think I'm set up. Let's see if it's going to tell me what the word of the day is. Because I saw it before I got here, but I got to remember how to say it. Here it is.
A flatus.
A flatus.
A flatus? Are we spelling this?
If you want,
Country of origin.
it doesn't tell me. Actually, Latin, mid 17th century.
Latin, okay.
A flatus.
Okay, I got it.
Can you define the word?
A divine creative impulse or inspiration. A flatus.
Go for it.
A
You were asking all the
flatus.
questions.
I'm dyslexic. It's not working.
It's all right.
A.
Yeah. Starting off strong.
I thought it was an E, so
Okay. Can you say it? Can you repeat the word one time?
Here, I'll let her do it.
A flatus.
A F F L A T-U-S.
You got it.
Dude, you got it.
No way.
Yeah. As soon as you got that double F, I was like, it's a home run from here. Yeah, you got it.
How did you do that?
Damn.
I don't know.
Dude, I did well in spelling.
I thought it was EPH.
EPH, what are the E flatus?
Esophagus. Yeah.
But yeah, I like that segment. We're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, that's good. That's
going
good.
forward.
I'm glad you brought that to the table. And Lulu, thank you for
Yeah, shout out Lulu.
adding that in the mix. That was fun. I think we'll end it on a high note there. As far as I can't think of anybody else to try to.
When I was trying to get into character for the Joker, you know that it always sounds like he has those strings in the back, like those violin strings that are like real, like
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was trying to like
It's hard to bring that
picture in my. Yeah, I was trying to listen to
You
it.
gotta shrug your shoulders up a
Yeah.
little. Yeah, you did good. You
Thanks,
did good.
dude.
B, I know you got some impressions you can do.
Can we just give her one, or does she want
You
to?
wanna
We
do
want to guess.
Hermione Granger. Hermione Granger.
No.
What about? Oh, dude, she can do a good one from The Patriot.
Shout out Heath Ledger again.
The one I always say to you, and you're just like, it's 2 words. Come on, you can do it.
I don't know.
From The Patriot.
I know. The little girl.
Yeah.
I don't know 2 words.
Oh, dude, it's Papa. You know when he's going back? Yeah.
Papa.
Papa.
And she,
Papa,
dude,
Papa.
that sound, that scene is
Yeah. It'll
tearjerker.
get you,
I love
man.
that
Lulu's
movie.
really good.
Did
at
you know,
impressions.
fun fact, that scene, they used a backdrop.
What do you mean?
They used a backdrop, like the ocean,
Oh yeah,
that
we know
whole
the-
scene. It blew my mind when I learned that.
They
I
weren't
didn't
on
know.
a beach?
Not
Not the
completely, not
budget?
like that. I'm pretty sure I watched something that said that was like a backdrop.
Dude, how about Heath Ledger in that movie?
Well, it was like a mixture, but they used
Yeah, Heath Ledger.
Heath
was in the
Ledger
movie.
was great in that
Yeah.
movie.
Dude, I always thought you know what like growing up watching that movie. So there's that scene where they're in the forest, right? And then
Yeah.
the redcoats are going through and like
The aim small, miss small.
aim
scene?
small, miss small, and
Oh,
like
dude, that
you
got me
know,
hard.
yeah. And so here I am like thinking like that's gonna happen to us like sometime down the road. Like
Dude, I
there's
used
gonna
to.
be a time where we're gonna have to like shoot British people.
Yeah. No, I
It really
say that in my head a
it's
lot.
a very good propaganda.
Dude, I
movie.
used to say that before, like, and they weren't huge shows, but to me, some of the bigger shows I'd play,
yeah.
dude, I'd say that to myself before I was just there's the sentiment of that. That's like, it just gives you a little,
Aim small, miss small. Aim small, miss small.
yeah.
Dude, the best part that movie's great actually. And then I mean, you can say whatever you want about Mel Gibson, but he definitely in that movie,
Oh, nailed it.
yeah. And then they got the chess pieces that they're melting to
Dude.
make more bullets and shit.
Oh,
And then
just
Yeah.
all that movie's
the
great.
chair scene when he's making chairs and getting
Yeah.
frustrated, the humor.
Yeah.
But like all in all, I'll tell you what really stands out that sets actors like that on a whole nother stage is the little subtle facial expressions
Yeah.
in between scenes. Dude, like the emotion that is
Yeah.
brought out
Who-
just by a simple twitch of the lip or the squint of the eyes
Yeah.
and stuff, because it's not overdone. It's just very, very well done.
who I think's really good at that. Who Swifties, I get it. You guys don't like him. Jake Gyllenhaal. He's such a good actor. I saw a movie with him, Prisoners. You ever see that movie?
Yeah, yeah.
And he's got this little eye twitch that he does, and it is a little bit overdone, but at the same time, like,
yeah.
he's good at like him, and there's a lot of other like character actors that are like him that you don't go into like the Spider-Man movie he was in. He was the bad guy in it. He was Mysterio or whatever.
Right.
There wasn't like a time where I was like, oh, it is Jake Gyllenhaal, but I wasn't like throwing
You
out
weren't
of the movie.
stuck on it,
Yeah, I
yeah.
wasn't stuck on the movie. I was like, oh, this is just Jake Gyllenhaal like playing a villain. It was like, no, he's this character. You know what I mean? He did
Yeah.
a good job. And a lot of what I've heard recently actually is like a lot of people that are going through acting classes and theater classes and stuff like that, they try to over dramatize like speaking and talking and all this kind of stuff, and it lessens them as an actor, if that makes sense. So like just subtle things like
Yeah.
that you're talking about, like little because that's what the CW shows like. They look those because those are young actors that are coming up, and they've been taught to like over dramatize their acting.
Right.
It makes it fake. It makes it like pseudo
Yeah.
realistic.
You know,
see through it.
female actresses that are really good at that too is Emma Stone.
Yeah,
I feel like she like just looks like a normal person.
yeah, and
Like
that's
she
what
has-
acting is.
But then also, the lady that plays Bellatrix Lestrange.
Yeah,
Helena
she used to be. I think she still is
Carter.
married to Tim Burton.
Dude, I think there's another I just got to throw in the mix.
Sorry, we're just professionals when it comes
Yeah,
to
we're
like
critics.
acting and all this stuff because of the last 10 minutes that we just had. That we were able to talk from a place of like knowledge
Experience,
and wisdom.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
just letting you know
Uh,
that's why we're able to critique. Okay, because
dude.
we've been there and we've done that. So,
Yeah, we got the t-shirt.
well, what were you gonna say?
Denzel. It's just mind-blowing. Denzel.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I'm a pretty big Denzel Washington
yeah,
fan.
and I love his son.
Yeah. The diversity of genres of films he's in, dude, like that stands out to me too. Like really, you go from Remember the Titans
Yeah.
to American Gangster to there's so many different roles he's played.
Equalizer, 310 to Yuma, or not 310 to Yuma. That train one that it's not 310 to Yuma, but it's like 123 Palin or whatever.
Okay, yeah, and
Never saw that?
yeah. Well,
John Q.
and that just reminded me of Jamie Foxx also.
Dude, he's
but,
so good.
Yeah, man. There's just certain people that really stand out because they don't overdo it. They
Yeah.
fit into a role.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing is like actors and actresses. Like you mentioned, Emma Stone. That was a great example. I think they bring a little bit of themselves to every role
Uh-huh.
instead of trying to,
There's people that play themselves in every role. But I will say there's one character or one actor, but they're more of a method actor, I would say, that does the opposite. Like they do play a little bit more vibrato. Like they play
Yeah.
this bigger than life characters. Leo,
oh
dude,
yeah,
like Wolf of Wall Street, Django. That's what made me think of it.
Yeah,
Jamie Foxx.
Django.
Like he plays these characters that like are so out there that, but at the same time they feel so real. If that makes sense. Like
Yeah,
he's
no,
just
it's
so in it. He's in it.
definitely.
So
I mean, yeah, and especially like, Matthew McConaughey.
the reconnaissance, baby, dude.
Yeah,
There was a time where he was doing Fool's Gold with his shirt off, and that was his bag. That's all he did. Then you got Interstellar came out. Then he had True Detective, like all these shows and movies.
How to
that came
Lose
out.
a Guy in 10 Days.
Yeah, that was his old bag. Now he's
Yeah.
got this new like. I think he won an Academy Award. I might be wrong about that, but
Wasn't he in that? He was in that movie.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. But yeah, now you see him in car commercials, and you're like, dude, it's like he just got his little dude.
well, all my Texans know he's also in some energy commercials down here. He's
Yeah.
the Armadillo,
Yeah.
whatever the Armadillo commercial is, whatever company that is.
Yeah,
He's always
and,
hear him in the background.
dude. Yeah, he's got that X factor too. But I actually recently somebody.
Can you do him? Let's see it.
I don't even want to try.
All right.
I'll fall on my
He
face.
says all right, like every time between breaks, and now he doesn't want to try it.
Yeah, I almost put that on one of y'all's lists.
Oh
Mm.
yeah.
But then I was like,
Tommy would have knocked that out of the park. And the George W. Bush was a good pick for him. I mean,
I didn't even nail it.
it was close enough.
But I think it got the gist. Yeah, no. Somebody reached out to me recently about going and doing some TV shows. Which I don't know how I feel about that.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, we'll see. I'm not an actor.
You'll be like on a CSI show. You'll be like the crew doc loader that
Yeah,
answers
was
some
it-
questions.
Was it the same email your mom got to be an extra?
Oh no. But I did get that email. No, this was somebody actually messaged me that I know.
Okay.
That's in the industry.
I told you.
He knew I'm kind of in between work right now, and he was
He
like,
was like,
"Hey,
"Hey,
if
here's
you want it
this."
on the side, like,
Here's a
And kind of course, I didn't want to tell B about it because she's like, "Don't try to be a fucking actor all of a sudden." Like,
hey.
but dude,
There's
Jesus,
people.
take the wheel.
yeah, but dude, I've been dropping some pretty wild career paths on her lately, and
He wanted to be a sports agent about a month ago.
dude,
I said, you have to go to law school.
we went
I
to
had
we
a-
went to a wedding, and I mentioned there was a Russian basketball player, who, I want to try to get on the podcast sometime.
All right.
He's very interesting to talk to. He's very insightful with basketball, but also just college ball and kind
Yeah.
of the ins and outs. I
Did
think
he
it'd be
play
fun.
Euro ball at all?
Well, so he's from Russia, but he played at Texas Tech.
Okay.
He played a couple other schools. And this is his last year.
Well, I
Um,
had a punch brother. I don't know if he listens to the podcast or not. That was a sports agent.
Yeah.
He kind of had like a friend of his growing up. They went to the same high school, and he ended up like making it, going to the NBA, and he was his agent. And then he started like kind of representing other people.
Okay.
But I don't know. I remember he came back, like he dropped out of school to go do this.
Okay.
And I remember he came back for like a house party that we had one night, and he had like 15 bottles, like Grey Goose.
So he's
all this
doing pretty
shit.
okay.
Yeah, and I don't know how I think he's kind of gotten away from it. But dude, for a while, I was like, holy shit.
So I totally left out why I mentioned the gentleman I met at the wedding.
Yeah.
It's because we sat there and talked for like 2.5 hours. And after it, I was like, I think there's a space missing between high school, college, and promoting people, especially with content and reels and everything. And I know there's a bunch of companies out there that do that, but I was like, be interesting to explore and then take those people on, like, maybe PhD has a sports agency one day or something.
Ooh, yeah.
So it was just something floating around. She didn't like that
She's
idea
like, stick to, yeah.
too much. But we're just exploring. We're just exploring. So I don't know. You might see me in a TV show in a year from now. Who
There
knows?
you go.
But,
This is all that it is. It's
probably
practice.
not.
So the talent show is just
I'll
practice.
be the patient in Grey's Anatomy.
There you go. Just you're really good at that. He's always at this fucking hospital, so he knows that's his element.
Dude, I could probably be a doctor.
I think I've told it on the podcast that there's a time where like I got a call back to be because back in college there was just like some like tryouts and stuff like that for different commercials, TV shows, all that kind of stuff, and so I would like drive up to Oklahoma City, which isn't that far away, to just try sometimes, and or you just send in stuff, and I sent in one for like a Nike commercial.
Oh yeah.
And it was like you had to play basketball. I did tell this story, but basically what happened was they liked me, all this kind of stuff, and they're like, "Hey, send us a video of you like playing basketball." Well, this was like right before I went to spring break, and dude, I fucked up my knee on spring break jumping out of the car.
Yeah.
So I would never do. I couldn't do it. I couldn't even like
Ah.
fake do it. You know what I mean? As an actor, I didn't want to like half-ass it.
Hey, there's always Adidas.
Yeah, or Reebok. Let's take a break. When we come back, we've got some questions, and I've got some good ones, I think. I'm excited to hear both of y'all's opinions.
Yeah, we're gonna weigh in. So we'll be right back.
Yeah, stick with us.
Tommy, I swear if you try to be an actor, I'm packing my bags.
Dude,
Yeah, because like I was saying,
we're back. Listen,
most actors are like waiters for 95% of their life. you
Yeah,
know?
it was just a side gig, guys. It was just like a temp job, basically.
Yeah. You could be. It is a bucket list of mine to be able
Dude,
to.
I'm
be,
just trying to help PhD and get our name in the hat.
Yeah, name in the
mix
ring.
with the
Let's get into the questions.
producers.
I don't actually have it pulled up, so it's gonna take a second. But these are kind of some of them for Reddit. This one is. Yeah, this one's good. I like this one. All right. If it'll load. So this one is.
Are we rolling? Camera rolling?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Now he's in his actor bag again. All right. Am I the asshole for making a woman leave my house? I, a 30-year-old man, was talking with my wife's friend who was there for dinner. She tried to hug my son, who's 7, but he had a bad day and said no thanks. She kept pressuring him and didn't budge, so she looked at me. I said, a kid at school started a fight with him and he was grumpy, so maybe later. She said, come on, you're going to let him disobey me like that? I said, I raised him to build his own boundaries and say no when something violates them. And I would never make him break them for someone else. She laughed and she said, he's lucky he's not her kid. That behavior would be fixed fast. I had my son go to his room, then I told her to get out. I said the reason I got out of bed in the morning was to see my son grow another day older, and I would not stand for him being treated like a pet rather than a person. She called me an a-hole and left. My wife is disappointed because she went to yoga with her, but says she can't scold me because she'd probably do the same.
Can you give us a quick summary?
Are you kidding me?
Dude,
That
I
was-
have a hard time.
So basically what happened was this lady was over at her house, over at this guy's house. His son was there. He's 7. She asked for a hug, and the son was like not really in the mood. Sometimes, kids are shy, whatever. Didn't want to give her a hug, and she made a big deal about it. And, she kept like persisting, and he was like, no.
Okay, gotcha.
Dad stepped in, kind of laid the foot down, and then told the kid to go to the room and said, hey, look, like, this is my son. Like, I want him to have his own boundaries, grow up, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm with
his
you now.
wife was a little upset because she had to deal with it at yoga,
Okay,
but she said that she would have done the same thing.
gotcha. Sorry.
And
Yeah,
the question
yeah.
is he an asshole?
Yeah.
This is why Harry Potter was so hard to watch with him, by
Yeah.
the way.
And you guys watched
I
what,
have
all 8?
I have a delayed. I forget the name for it. But yeah, I used to get extra time on tests and certain things.
Gotcha.
Dude,
So, I mean, I did too, but
dude, it's
yeah,
when somebody.
me too, but okay.
all right. So, is this dude an asshole or not? You guys want to go in first?
I don't think he's an asshole at all.
I just need to clarify. He was on the side of his son not having to hug her
Yes.
because boundaries.
Boundaries.
So I agree with him,
Absolutely.
and I think any modern day parent would agree also.
Absolutely. And I think
It
even
used to be like you don't have a choice in the matter when you're, aunt or whoever.
Yeah.
Like, you give them a hug. Well, these days, not so fast.
no.
So, yeah, the whole boundary thing, I'm for it. If the kid doesn't want to hug you, I mean, look, I got a niece and a nephew. Sometimes,
Yeah.
they're just not in the mood.
Yeah.
They'll give you a pound it, they'll do
Yeah.
knuckles or they'll give you a hug. I kind of look at it like, there's times I don't want to give somebody a hug.
Right.
Yeah.
So why would they want to?
Yeah. I want to go back for a second.
Okay, sorry.
I had a thought the other day, and not to take anything away from your niece or nephew, but I had a thought the other day, like, have you noticed that when you, like, your friends or whoever have kids, like, the first thing that they teach their kid how to do is, like, to, like, pound it, and they call it, give them knucks, and they think it's, like, very original.
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
They're like, oh, look what, Kaysen can do. Like, look, give him knucks, give him knucks. And I
You
always,
hate it, don't you?
I think it's so, I just
Dude,
like, I
wow.
understand. Hold
the
on.
most universal thing ever.
Yeah.
But it's like getting your dog to
I
shake.
understand.
It's like-
I understand, and I understand it's your kid, so it's like it's very impressive. It's like, wow,
It's not even
created
about
this
that.
human
It's
being.
just a bro bonding moment that me and my nephew have.
No,
when
that part's are. I'm just going back to like toddler stage.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I got
and it's
you.
like, hey, look what I trained this child to do. Nucks, give him nucks.
Yeah.
I just, for whatever reason, I'm just always, and I'm always on the other end of it. And I'm like, oh, cool. He can do whatever 95% of everybody
High five.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's when I'm like, no, too slow. And then no.
Yeah.
But I was just
I
thinking
got
about
you.
that the other day.
I got you. I don't disagree.
And then
with you
also
there.
one other thing I want to say, and we'll go back to the asshole,
Okay.
or if he is or not. We all agree he's not. But I also want to say, growing up, we didn't really like give knuckles or pound it. We always would like high five, right? And then sometime in between when we were in middle school or whatever, that's when like pounding it became like everybody did it, and it all happened all at once. And I think there was a shift in the timeline because, I might be getting back on my soapbox again.
I
but
got a theory.
do you get what I'm? Do
I
you
got a
remember that?
theory.
Do you remember that?
I do. I
Okay.
remember, and I think it was 6th grade for us.
Yeah, because I was about to say we didn't do it for a while. I remember everybody had to get taught it, or like the first person to do it was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's like revolutionary. And then now, I mean, everyone.
My theory is this, and this is just speculation,
Yeah.
but what year was that? If we were in the 6th grade, so
Probably 2003, 2002.
not even.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe. Okay. You're better at math than I am.
Yeah.
Handshakes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like secret
When
handshakes.
when you're younger, through elementary and middle school, everybody's got this handshake.
Yeah.
Well, then what I saw happen that really exploded, especially because, when you're watching Sports Center at that age,
Yeah.
is this. You see, the intro of a game,
Yeah. Like
and
India.
guys got their handshakes.
Yeah.
But what was a staple in that was this pound or
Yeah.
the explode pound,
Well,
right?
yeah.
And so I don't know, but for me, it was like when I started doing that was when we saw like athletes or other people
Do it.
doing it. It's like a next level of a secret handshake.
Yeah.
But this was something that
Something
was just like,
short and sweet, something simple, something. Yeah. And I just was, but it just all came out of nowhere, like overnight kind of a thing. And,
yeah,
we all adapted. We all got it. Everybody was on the same page. It's cool. Let's do it.
I mean, COVID really brought it back.
Yeah, brought it back. I mean, it's been there, but it definitely shot it to the
Dude, you know what
forefront.
the newest one is?
The elbow? Yeah, that was the COVID one. Yeah. Okay, back to the guy. Yes, I believe
He's not
that
an asshole.
He's not an asshole. I believe he's in the right. When it's your kid, you got to look out for that kid, and you also want that kid to grow up to be, have set their own boundaries. Like, I know for us, one of our things that we do, and it's just with Alex. He's online playing video games with people, right? And he's not allowed to they're on. He has one on his phone, Roblox, and he's not allowed to message people on it.
Okay.
And he's not allowed to
That's healthy
if
boundary.
he's with us, he's allowed to, talk and all that kind of stuff. But if it's kind of by himself, he's not there. It's weird because those people in Roblox, they could be his age, they could be 50-year-old dudes, just
Yep.
whatever,
I've seen it.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the same sentiment in real life. You want them to be able to tell. When I was a kid, I was we're people pleasers, right? You and I are a little bit. I am at least. What I do is when I was a kid, I didn't want to let people down.
Yeah.
I'd give them a hug even if I was having a bad day. I didn't have that boundary.
We had a lot of empathy. And you're like, man, I don't want to let them down.
Right.
And that almost guilt out of that.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to do it anyways.
Yeah, and it's not healthy, honestly, because you need to set your own boundaries because it helps you later on in life. If you don't want to do something or if you don't feel comfortable doing something, you should be able to say no. You know how many times I've helped people move
Oh, yeah.
because I'm not good at saying no? That is
Dude.
not an invitation for more people to say, "Hey, can you come help me?"
Yeah. Try driving a truck. Yeah. It's like,
You know what I mean?
everybody, you're the first call.
Actually, yeah, absolutely.
But you know what? It's gotten better these days. And luckily, I mean, for the most part, we're at the age where our friends
Movers.
just call movers.
Yep.
They got the cash flow to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the last thing, and then let's get to the next one.
Sure.
But the last thing I want to say is this I was a little naive at first about that because I was just like, I didn't see, if a kid, they don't want to give you a high five or something.
Yeah.
And I think part of that stems from the infamous, when you get left hanging
Oh yeah.
and you're like, oh, no, somebody got to get
Because it's
me.
embarrassing.
You know what I
as
mean?
a kid, yeah. It's
You're like
super
going out on a
embarrassing.
limb and then it's not reciprocated. And
Yeah,
you're just
and then you
standing
do
there.
the cool thing though when you do this and you give yourself a high five.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
that's the cool thing.
Yeah. So
because-
it's that same feeling.
Yeah.
Just but you got to realize they're a kid.
Yeah.
It's not.
And yeah, they're developing those social skills anyway. So, but
And I'm
it's
talking
good.
more along the high five and pounding it. The
Absolutely.
hug thing, I totally get.
Yeah. All right, here's the next one. Am I the asshole for begging my girlfriend to uphold a sexist tradition just so she can make a good first impression? Already starting off wrong. He already knows kind of it's sexist what he's about to make her do.
Yeah, it's in the title.
Yeah. So he kind of already knows, but that's probably why he's making this comment, right?
Well, let's hear it.
Yeah. I have a big family that's incredibly close. We have big family dinners every few months where we all meet at my great grandfather's estate and eat together. Typically how this works is that the women go cook for the time they're there and the men don't, which I'm fully aware is sexist as hell. That being said, I am one of the youngest people in family, and my protest means literally nothing. Some of those women choose not to cook. However, this is usually met with a level of ostracization or ostracizing. The women who don't cook are the women who don't cook are lives and long-term girlfriends, so they kind of already have a good family relationship doctored in. When I've seen new partners, okay, I'm going to skip this just because I understand what he's trying to say. This dinner will be in 2 weeks, and my girlfriend was asked if she would attend. Literally, she said yes, which is great. Initially, she said yes, which is great. I want for her to meet everyone and for everyone to get used to her being around, but when I explained to her the tradition, she was understandably bothered. I told her that I understood where she's coming from. However, it was best for everyone if she just played along. I told her this isn't a permanent thing and that I'm only asking her to do this so that she can avoid bad treatment from the rest of the family. This is her first impression, and I don't think it's best if we cause waves. She told me that it's unacceptable and that if she has to do that, she will not be going. Tried to find a compromise with her on this, but she won't budge, and she's pissed at me. She told me if I think it's acceptable to make her do this, I'm just as bad as everyone else. Well, my point is that she needs to make a good first impression. Am I the asshole?
Okay, so that gets a little bit more complex, I think.
Do you need the cliff notes? Because I'll just sum it up.
No, I got it. I got it. I got that one.
I want to hear.
I want to hear your take. Yeah, as a female.
Okay. So, when you're picking a partner and you're being introduced into the family and you are learning the family dynamics, you can very easily tell, especially in this situation, if there is a crossroads in the relationship where they're having to choose between family and the partner, you're not going to trust that they are going to choose you.
You're right.
Because if they're willing to do this small, like just go along with it.
Right.
It's kind of like okay, well, what if there's something when we have a child?
Yep.
Are you going to choose the family over me?
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think that pretty much nails it. But also, I want to add the individual line in the sand that she has. I see both sides because here's the thing.
He's blaming women already. Wow.
No.
Wow. I'm just kidding.
No. What I'm saying is this. I see where she's coming from.
Yes.
But I also see where he's at. Because it's like, hey, imagine, your grandparents are still living. Imagine, where I'm getting at is there's a couple generations and for a family gathering. And since the day you were born, like let's just say every Thanksgiving or whatever, like that's what you know.
Yeah.
Then that's what you know. And so when you're bringing your partner into that, there's as much as like I think he should respect how she feels, 100%. But I know that there's a little part of him, like he said in there, that is just kind of torn. Like, but I feel like if he's even having to ask that, he already has the answer, which you mentioned from Jump Street.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
What I was going to say is he got the first part right. He understands that it's like sexist, or he understands that what they're doing is like what they know, and like maybe that's not what she's comfortable with. To B's point, he needs to be making her feel comfortable, because if there's a line, what happens is like, yeah, your family's going to be your family, but you're trying to start basically your own family. Right. That's part of growing up. Like you're starting your own family. You're starting your own like traditions and boundaries and stuff like that. And you need to like kind of combine those worlds. But you also, if you're, to B's point again, if you're also always like, oh, this is how we do it, this is the tradition, or this is like what we do over here, like that's going to set her up for later thinking, okay, this is, they're always going to take, he's always going to take their side. And you don't want that. You want to be able to, like, it's a partnership relationship. You want to be able to like have
There's
each
a
other's
boundary too.
Exactly.
What if we just hypothetically, let's say, your family, for every Christmas they do scratch offs.
Yeah.
And then let's say, your partner, and this is all hypothetical, doesn't gamble, doesn't like scratch offs, doesn't want anything to do with it. Like, that's fine, right? But if everyone else there is doing it, then it's kind of this like, I'm trying to just think of a different example because there are so many examples of that. Obviously, that's like a very big target one of like cooking and female.
Here's
and
another one, and this is one that like
just anything you can think of.
Okay, so like living together, sleeping in the same bedroom, going home, having to sleep in separate bedrooms.
Right.
Like, that is one. And to that point, like you have to have that conversation. Okay. And honestly, like the thing is, and I've had this, like there was one New Year's where I had to, that was like the only time my family could do Christmas. That was the only time we could get together almost for the whole year. My brother, he lives in Argentina. Another brother lives, and his schedule is crazy. He's a doctor, so he's got to be on call all the time. It's hard for him to get away. So this was like the only time we could do it. And Lulu couldn't go. And so like we didn't get to spend New Year's together. And I felt so bad because yes, I wanted to see my family and I did end up, I went, but I didn't realize until I was there that like I felt like I was getting pulled in two different directions.
Yeah.
Right. And I didn't like it. I didn't like that. And it wasn't it was just like I wanted to spend I told my parents later, like I really was glad I got to see you guys. I was really happy like that we got to get together and have Christmas and all that kind of stuff. But like I really wish I would have just stayed home. And it was because like I'm trying to start a family and I kind of left her out to dry, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it to you, but that's just me. And I'm not saying that's everybody else going to have the same experience, but it made me feel like I kind of just left her there. Like, New Year's came around, the ball dropped, all that kind of stuff. She's probably sitting there at our house, like by herself. You know what I mean? And my parents would have been okay if I wouldn't have gone. It would have meant more for her, if I was with her. And she didn't make a big deal about it. It started to make me realize, and this is what this guy is probably starting to realize, is that like you're gonna be pulled back and forth between these two, and you gotta let both sides know that like, hey, you play well together, play nice together. And so if she wants to not cook, like don't let her, like just be like, hey, this is what they expect out of you, but I don't expect that out of you.
Yeah, there's a happy medium there.
Yeah. If you want to stay in the kitchen and cook and do all that stuff that traditionally that's what we've done.
I think what would be cool is if he brought a dish or something just to like show her like, hey,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna one up at the opposite direction,
or go into the kitchen and help out with them, and make her feel comfortable, all that kind of stuff.
I think you can always level the playing field.
Yeah, and there is, and that's
and show your partner that, hey, I'm leading this relationship, or we're leading this,
or I have your back.
Yeah, whichever role it is, instead of just being like following the leader of whatever your family's doing.
Exactly, you're your own person. Okay, so we agree. I think he's the asshole. I think you guys agree with that one. All right, last one. And this one, it's a little different. Says, am I the asshole? Sorry, it's loading. For not wanting to play a game my girlfriend created. This one's short. My 27-year-old girlfriend, my 27, so he's 27, girlfriend, 24, has been working on a visual novel game as a side project for almost 2 years and recently finished it. She wanted me to play it, but I initially declined since I'm not into visual novels or reading long stories. But after she begged, I gave it a try and played for a good 15 minutes. Now I can tell she put in a lot of effort in the writing and the art, and it was good at the start, but I got tired of reading and stopped. She asked what I thought and wanted me to eventually finish it and tell her what I thought about the choices and the ending, but I told her I had no plans to. She looked shocked and asked if it was boring. I told her no, it's just that I'm not into this type of genre, and she knows I'm not into reading, but asked me to make an exception this time since she made it. I got upset because I think she is being childish and wants to blackmail me into doing something I don't want. After I made it clear I wasn't continuing, she hasn't talked to me. I already know that she is talented and smart, so just because I don't want to play it doesn't mean I don't support her. Some of my friends agree she's being immature, but others think I should be more supportive. So, am I the asshole?
Dude, what kind of friends does he have?
Yeah.
That's wild. Okay.
Did you hear that one, B? I know that you're kind of...
Isn't following
yeah,
well,
basically...
Basically, she this guy, he's 27. His girlfriend's 24. She made a novel game.
Yeah,
Okay. And she spent, let's say, hours and hours working on this.
2 years.
2 years worth of working on this. And she asked if he would play, right? And so read and do all this.
Initially, he said no.
Then she begged and begged and begged him. And it's like, I worked on this so hard. So he finally gave in. But after like 15 minutes, he was just kind of just checked out and done with it. And it was like, this is just too much.
And she asked
His
him.
friends.
Well, hold on. She asked him if he's going to finish it, and he said no. And then he said he feels like she's blackmailing him because she knows that he doesn't like to do those
that
kind of
genre or whatever, right? And then
asked his friends.
he asked his friends, and his friends were like, "Yeah, she's being immature about it." And he wants to know if he's
Half
an
of them
asshole.
said that. Half of them said that he needs to be more respectful.
Girl, you better get yourself a new man.
Yeah, new man alert. New man alert. Yeah,
Dude,
I'm with that.
That's like, yeah,
Dude, I'll tell you this.
Mm.
I've been working on this book for a very long time, and there's some there's like years.
yeah.
There's some times where I'm all
It's
in
over
it.
3 years now.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's probably longer than that.
No,
I mean, the idea,
yeah.
I've had it for a while. But anyway, so I've it's been closer to 5 or 6. So I was with somebody, 5 years ago, and I had written probably the whole outline of it, and I was just like, hey, and she first of all picked it up and was like, oh, this is interesting. I would like to read it, and so I gave it to her. She never read it, and it, and I wanted it back because I wanted to continue writing it, and it took forever and ever, and then finally I got it back, and she hadn't ever read it. And it really kind of always rubbed me the wrong way because, that's a hobby of mine, right? And that is you've got your hobbies, she's got
Yeah.
her hobbies, and they might not always be the same, but you're going to support.
You got to
and-
respect it.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
dude, if I spent, let's say I locked, myself away for 2 days to finish this song,
Yeah.
and then I want to play it for you, and you can't make it through the first verse.
Yeah, you're I'm just going to stop you right there. It's not, this is not what I want to do.
I mean,
It's
I know that feeling of or, you get it recorded and you want to show people,
Mhm.
and then you turn it on in the living room, and then somebody's like, "Hey, what time's the game on?"
Yeah.
later?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
so that feeling is what she's feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've and I'll do that with not this isn't happen with Lulu, but we'll in other friend groups, if I want to play a board game or if people want to play a board game, but then there's that one or two people that don't. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then they are not paying attention. It's just don't play then. Don't but they gotta kind of make it about themselves. This guy's making it about himself. He's giving me that same vibe, where you sit down with a group King's Cup. You remember the beer game King's Cup where you
Yeah.
pull a cart. You always get that one or two people that either didn't want to play or don't know the rules or they don't know when it's their turn. They're not paying attention.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, I'm not doing this."
Yeah. And it just makes it it just brings the vibe down.
It's like, dude, just leave the table then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's asking you to do this because you guys are together and she appreciates and wants to know how you feel about it because your opinion matters to her.
Dude, I'll say this. Yeah, no, 100%. I think
You're the asshole.
so. What's interesting is you're not obligated to give somebody a hug, but when your partner has worked at a craft for this
Yeah.
long, you shouldn't have to feel obligated
Right.
to do it. You should kind of want to.
Yeah, that's being supportive,
Yeah,
right?
I think so, man. And-
That's so
and-
funny though. He was like, yeah, she just knows I don't like to read and she knows I don't like this. It's okay, well, you got
how much stuff that she doesn't like
Yeah.
that you're into, but she probably
Absolutely. Absolutely.
balance, baby.
With that, we're gonna end the episode. I always
Yeah.
want to just take a break.
Yeah, we
Why don't
want to just keep going.
Yeah, I know.
It's a marathon.
Yeah.
We're gonna be back next week.
Yeah.
So every Thursday you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you are. We'll be there too. It's
Mhm.
at Post Hump Day. I'm Tommy DeSalt.
I'm Kellen King.
We'll see you on the other side.